This is RPG Dad.
RPG Nate.
And we're going to do our weekly encounters wrap up. We haven't done it in a while. We used to do a podcast. I think I'm ditching the podcast. I'm not going to pay for the monthly. And we're going to try to keep it under 15 minutes and do video from now on. So right now we are we're one day away from week 3 of our current encounter season. And this season is called what?
Something to do with Daggerford. Or,
Sword Coast.
Yes.
Scourge of the Sword Coast. That's right. So we've had 3 things. One was a weekend encounter session. They always have that introductory thing on a Saturday before the first Wednesday. And just tell them what happened there. It was pretty brief.
They started out and it was a caravan like always. They were going there from Waterdeep. They were going from Waterdeep to Daggerford.
Mm-hmm.
And they find a ransacked farm. So they decide to stay there, like any smart person would. And a goblin raiding party starts.
Because goblins and wolves attacked.
Yes.
And we cleaned those up quick.
Yeah, the wolves, I forgot to add the wolves in. I was supposed to add the wolves, but they ended up darting away.
Yes.
So,
either way, they would have been done quick. We finished them off in under like a round and a half.
Yeah.
It was quite underpowered, and we were first level characters.
Yes.
And I think with that, we had 4 at our table.
Yes.
So, I mean, they were underpowered. But after that, our caravan started to go towards
Daggerford.
Mm-hmm. So, what happened there?
You meet Curran and the captain of the guard, or watch, or whatever they call it. I don't remember her name.
Well, we met the captain of the watch when we come up to the gates, and there are a lot of refugees coming because of all the raiding parties, the goblins and gnolls, all that kind of stuff, been raiding. And we get there, and they're not letting anybody in because apparently the Duke is a douche.
Yes.
Something's been stolen, and he blames the whole planet for this artifact being stolen. So he's not going to let anybody into the town.
Namely a dwarf named Jack.
But at this point, he's blaming everybody. That's why he's not letting anybody in. So we get there, we try to talk our way in, because we've been invited by Istival.
Yes, Sir Istival. A noble.
A noble there to come because of all these raids and all the stuff that's going on. And the captain of the guard's not going to let us in.
No.
And all these people start getting antsy, they want to get in, this kind of stuff. And one of the guards gets itchy trigger finger.
Yes. And
a bolt goes flying past one of our party members.
Well, this is after you find out how to get in and you calm the crowd. One of the people decided to go off and start cooking or something, and
yeah, that was one of the new players who was kind of weird.
Yeah, he shot at him.
He shot at him, and I took him out.
Yes.
I did do a leg shot, so I didn't kill the guard, but I'm not letting the party being taken out because
I think you would have been arrested if you killed him.
Yeah. So I just took him out, and they're like, the guards were let us go because the guard should not. The captain of the guards was like, yeah, whatever. He shouldn't have done that.
Well, he told you stop him, but don't kill him.
Yeah, the captain should have taken care of that, or talked him down, or we should have done it. I don't know. We kind of boogered it up a little bit.
Well, you saw that something wasn't right when he passed out.
But either way, I mean, that was it. It took like an hour and 20 minutes for the weekend event, and that was just because we were sitting there waiting and messing around a little bit. So I really think Wizards dropped the ball because they've gotten lazy. Now it's a download. They give you absolutely no maps. There's nothing. And they could be giving you maps because it is a download. It's not like they have to print anything out.
They do give you the maps.
Land area. But they don't give you combat maps. You have to figure everything out.
Well, no.
And let's move on to the first week. I mean, really, the first week after that weekend event...
You only roleplayed.
We roleplayed and wasted a lot of time. We found out that this Duke's... what's the thing called? Something bloke.
Yes.
It was it's basically a dwarven brick.
The Delimber bloke.
Something stupid like that.
Yeah.
And we got really wrapped up in that, and we spent 2 hours looking for this stupid brick.
Yeah, you're trying to find tracks.
We were looking all over the place, talking to people.
Finding leads.
We went to the dwarf and talked to him because he was the likely suspect according to the Duke.
Yeah.
But, you know, between interrogating and making our rolls and that kind of stuff, we believed that he didn't have it.
Yeah.
Now, then we went to this elf who's building a tower, that he had let him see it, and we even threatened this guy.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling there's something deeper going on with him.
Yeah.
Because he's been hanging out with this courtesan.
Yes.
And the courtesan, I suspect there's something funky going on with her because after a member of the party spent the night with them, they felt drained. And that's usually the sign that we have a succubus in our midst.
Yes.
And she's been regularly hanging out. First it was with
that was
guard.
you. You felt drained.
First with that guard.
Yes.
And then we found out that she's a regular companion for that elf.
Yes.
So I think there's something between them going on, and that's where the brick is.
Well,
Because that guy had left town.
Yeah. Both the guard and the elf, they had both been regular
Yeah, and they
visitors.
were both odd behavior. Now here's a pro tip for you if you're going to play encounters. At one of our tables that involved the courtesan,
Yes.
we had somebody that decided to role play sexual asphyxiation fantasies.
Yeah.
And don't do that. There are kids at the tables, and this person got told if it happens again, you're not allowed to come back because it is a family-friendly event. And even if
or at least supposed to be.
Well, it is. I mean, that's the way the store sees it. And I guarantee you that's the way all stores see it. That it's a family-friendly event.
That's the way Wizards see it.
You're there to bring in kids, have them start playing the game, enjoy themselves, have fun. They're not there to experience your twisted sexual fantasies. So, pro tip, don't do that or you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Now, week 2, that's when we actually got something going.
Yeah.
We decided to follow one of the leads because we found out one of the towns are not getting messages from them anymore. And there are a lot of refugees from that town.
Yeah. Well, one of the big things that you heard was somebody who was awaiting a shipment.
And that didn't come.
Yeah, he said like 10 days.
Yeah.
About 20 days. This month.
So we decided to go there. And what did we find?
Goblins. Lots of them.
Goblins everywhere.
Goblins, gnolls, and hobgoblins.
So we actually had 5 combat
Or
sessions.
no, not gnolls, bugbears, sorry.
We had 5 combat sessions that night when we got to that town.
Yes.
Because we went through 5 groups of the goblins, gnolls, and hobgoblins.
One was 100% your fault. But we'll get to that.
Okay, well go ahead.
Alright, so they're going into the village. They go to the first place, it's empty. It was the Temple of Shantea or something like that.
Yes.
And you have a cleric with her. So he goes in and he finds that the place is all messed up.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
That's where we find the guard tower.
Yeah, you guys see
And
the guard tower.
I sneak up the guard tower. Here I'm a paladin, and I'm
Yeah.
the only one that made my stealth roll because I rolled an 18. It was pathetic. And I even did it at disadvantage, and I rolled a 17 and a 20.
Yes.
So it wasn't an 18. I had to take the 17. Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah.
And I sneak up, and I go, hey. So he calls all the goblins. We have our first combat. And it was pretty funny.
Yeah, he just yells alert. You're off the map for a turn, I think.
Well,
no.
I slaughtered him.
Or no,
and
I
then-
let you get back because I think it takes them like 3 rounds to get there.
It gave me time to get back down. I mean, I cut him in half in one shot because
Yeah.
the 2d6 plus my strength mod, it was just bam, he was dead.
Yeah.
Then I go back down and I say, we got company coming, and we wipe them out. And we pretty much wiped all these groups out pretty
Yeah.
quick. And I'll say, I've been vocal against 5th edition,
Yes.
but I do like the fast combat.
Yes.
It's nice that we got 5 encounters in one evening. And you can't do that if you're doing 4th edition.
No.
You're lucky to get 1 encounter in an evening because the combat takes so long. So that's where I'll give props to 5th edition. There's still some stuff I don't like, but I mean, take the Dragonborn, take the
Tiefling.
the tiefling, take the freaking Golem guy, whatever he is, out.
Warforged.
The Warforged, take them out and go
The
back to
issue-
the 5 races.
The issue is they can't at this point because they have all the kids that.
You know what? They can because they haven't written the books yet.
They're not going to take it out though.
But they should.
They want those kids playing and having their parents pay all that money.
I know, but you know what? If we ever did another campaign playing 5th edition, I would hope that it would just be a straight up normal race campaign. And if you run into tieflings, if you run into these other things, that they're NPCs that you're going to run into and they're rare. I don't like having that at the
I think
table.
part of the reason you hate them is while they can be kind of cool, they're useless.
No, you know why I hate them? I hate them because I grew up on the 5 races. I grew up on the 5 races. That's how we played back in the 70s and forward. That's what we had. And then eventually they had to drown of some other stuff. And that's what I enjoy playing, are the 5 main races. And I think the other is just fluff that doesn't need to be in there. Because reality is, it's really a human-based game. I mean, that's why they've really turned it into a human-based game again, because you get all the pluses for everything as a human.
Yeah.
But
we don't have many humans. We have a lot of other races.
I'm playing a human paladin right now because I've wanted those ones, and you know that's what's got me my 19s and my 18s and stuff like that is the ones.
Yeah.
And I just don't get off on playing the odd races. I really don't. Once in a while, I like playing the drow or something, or I'll play an elf on rare occasions, but I just don't like playing the odd races. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But at this point, let's get back to this real quick. At this point, we were stuck in the village.
Yes.
And we probably have about half of it to do. We cleared out the bottom half, and you think we have another night full of adventure in the town?
Hopefully.
So, here's what I know, because running the stuff on Wednesdays, I looked at the packet briefly. And I think it's gone downhill each week. And what we've got, we had where each encounter was good. Then you had sections and you had to guess how long to do it. Now it's just pure DMing. This is not encounters material because it's not made for new DMs.
Yeah.
A new DM couldn't run this, and you have to be experienced.
I can definitely stress that while if you were the one that wrote it, or if this was a home campaign and you wanted to spend hours trying to translate it into something that you could figure out, it's definitely not encounters.
But that's it in a nutshell for intro, week 1 and week 2. Intro was a quick fight against the goblins, or whatever it was. Week 2 was role play, because we kind of blew it. Some other tables actually did some movement. We worried about the brick. And week 3, we finally got some combat in.
I don't think any tables fought.
No other tables really got any combat in. So that's it. Tomorrow we will have week 3, and we should get this up in a timely manner. But that's it for this week's Encounters Wrap-Up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out the webpage, www.rpggang.com, and subscribe on YouTube. This is where we're going to put everything. As for all the podcasts, they're probably going to fall off because I'm not paying for that anymore.
No.
We're not getting the listens. I'd rather get the views anyway. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.